All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. I am massively bullish on Bitcoin, but I think the next big move for Bitcoin in the short term is likely down. Here's why. This is some perspective from market cyclist, on-chain analyst Cole Gardner, and he is pulling data from Glassnode, who takes the on-chain market data and puts it into charts. And Glassnode just reported that the largest BTC transfer from miners to exchanges has just happened, the largest one in over a year. Now, this is interesting because since Bitcoin's third halving, the 2020 block reward halving, which happened, 4 or 5 weeks ago, it was wildly reported that Bitcoin miners were hodling. Now, it appears from the data the Bitcoin miners have chosen right around here to potentially take some profits. So the question is, if we do see a sell-off, and by the way, there's no guarantees, nobody can see the future, but according to the on-chain data, just how big could that sell-off potentially be? And you know what? It's not just the miners, it's the traders as well. CME commitment of traders show that institutions right now are massively net short on BTC, and they actually have been for the last few weeks. Now, for perspective, institutions on CME, they've only been this net short once before. When was that? That was the last time BTC hovered around this same price. So the last time that they were this net short was right around here. This was early March, and that was when the COVID crash happened and brought down traditional markets, brought BTC wicking down to 3,800. So if you're watching the crypto market, if you're watching the price of BTC and it's looking a little weak, it's simply because buyers right now aren't stepping up. They're probably a little spooked. They're seeing this data too. The data from the traders, the data from the miners. So let's dig deeper into the data, look at the buy orders, the sell orders, and answer the question, if we see a sell-off, how big of a sell-off should we expect? Bitfinex's whale buy wall right now is eroding and hasn't been replenished yet. And those BTC transfers from miners to exchanges, they went to Bitfinex. Here it is. You can see less and less buyers are starting to step up. Now, let's dig deeper. More importantly, Bitfinex's order book delta has been skewed massively to the sell side for almost 6 weeks. So is this a lagging indicator or a leading indicator for Bitcoin's next move? Well, the bird's eye view of Bitfinex's order book has been an accurate leading indicator of Bitcoin's next move nearly every swing for the last 9 months. So let's get real. What will be the sell-off price target, speculation, if we see one, and will this send us from a bull market into a bear market? Outrageous. No, technically we're still in bull market territory. A break below the VWAP is a juicy buy the dip opportunity. Could be the last BTFD below 10K ever. What is BTFD? Buy the effin' dip. When in doubt, zoom out. It's all about perspective. And if we break down, where am I a buyer? And again, this is from Cole Gardner, market cyclist, on-chain analyst. Well, for him, it all depends on how well global markets hold up. BTC's correlation to the S&P is back at all-time highs. And if traditional markets crash, that's something that this channel has been talking about for the last few weeks. And if we drop, I suspect we'll see a drop to the $7,800 to $8,200 area. Outside chance it goes as low as the mid 6K range, but I don't expect it to go lower. Some people may take this as FUD. This channel is all about keeping it realistic and bringing you the most accurate data that we can. This is not bad news, big picture. I expect a roaring bull market is right around the corner. Something to think about. Keep this perspective in mind. A lot of folks have been asking why BTC isn't higher right now. If you own Bitcoin, just be patient. BTC has historically transferred wealth from impatient hands to patient. Just be patient. Central banks are doing all the legwork for you as we speak. Just be patient. I like it. In fact, I always appreciate the perspective that Travis Kling brings.
You know, to borrow a phrase from the Old Testament, it appears that crypto has been created for such a time as this. With what we have with monetary and fiscal policies from central banks and governments, big tech overreach, government overreach in general, data privacy issues that are coming to the front and center of the sort of collective consciousness, and specifically with Bitcoin. And maybe we can put sort of Bitcoin in one bucket and put all the other crypto assets in a different bucket.
Now, as I find more information on the cryptocurrency market, I will make a video. I will keep you updated. I do want to update you on the Bitcoin options expiring. I am also going to update you on some recent DeFi news. But first, some of you have heard, I want to say a big thank you. Altcoin Daily just hit over 200,000 subscribers late last night. Huge milestone. I want to thank the community. This is not the finish line. The best is yet to come. We will keep making a video on cryptocurrency every single day until Bitcoin reaches mass adoption. All right, next piece of news. And oh yeah, one more thing I do want to say. Just this is a great time to remind everybody. Aaron and I, we're not financial analysts. We're just regular guys who are passionate about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And most of you know this, but never invest in a project, especially in cryptocurrency, which is already risky, just because a YouTuber talked about it. This channel is a great jumping off point, but we will never tell you how to invest. I don't want credit for your losses. We will not take credit for your wins. I assume most subscribers to the channel know this. Just a reminder. Always do your own research before investing. Next piece of news before DeFi, $1 billion in Bitcoin options expire tomorrow. This is actually today, and $1 billion is a record. So here's what that means. Data from Skew indicates that some 114,000 options contracts from across Bitcoin's regulated and unregulated derivatives markets are set to expire today. This could mean Bitcoin's market could be in for some volatility starting today, as traders now get to decide to either sell, buy, or cast aside the options they've taken out to trade Bitcoin. So $1 billion in Bitcoin options have officially unlocked. But keep in mind, a market move isn't guaranteed. In fact, Nicholas Pelikanos of NEM Venture Fund told Decrypt that in reality, in this case, the contract's expiration might not have a large impact on the price. Most of the options that traders picked, he said, are either too low on the sell side or too high on the buy side. So just because they're unlocked doesn't mean that it's in the trader's best interest to sell or buy. And in a direct quote, I don't believe that the expiration will have a massive effect on the BTC price. The open interest is largest on calls around 10K and puts below 9K, he said, meaning that those who took out these options won't make any profit on the trade if they pull the trigger. Anyway, I just wanted to keep you informed. If you have some perspective on Bitcoin options, the $1 billion in this case, comment below, especially if you're a trader. We would love to hear your thoughts. Next piece of DeFi news. A Tim Draper-backed DeFi platform has just raised $6.5 million in a token sale. This DeFi token is called the DeFi Money Market. That's its name. And it's a loans platform backed by real-world assets. In this case, mostly cars. And it's trying to follow in Compound's footsteps. And Tim Draper backed this. So next time we're at a crypto conference, we might see Tim Draper shilling Bitcoin as well as DeFi Money Market. So what is this token? The sale was for the governance token of a DeFi ecosystem called the DeFi Money Market. Termed the DMM, it's an Ethereum-based yield farm that claims to offer consistent interest at 6.25% on Ethereum, on decentralized US dollar stablecoin DAI, and on centralized US dollar stablecoin USDC. This means if you lend these coins, in theory, you get a consistent rate of interest. Now, yield farming is sort of the hot new hype in DeFi. If you guys are wondering, yield farming, like my strategy, is essentially long-term hodler or more large time frame, possibly swing trader. Yield farming, on the other hand, is very hands-on, finding the best interest rates. And actually, if you guys want a good video on what is yield farming in specifics, Chico Crypto put out a great one 2 days ago, 12 minutes long. If you're interested in yield farming, check this out. but you really got to be hands-on. You got to tend to that crop. Here's an interesting tweet Kevin Beardsley put out. He is the head of business development at Kraken Futures. My yield farming is off to a great start. I have spent $14 on ETH gas fees to transfer/lock my $15 into Curve Finance, and I'm earning a princely 7.9 cents reward in weekly synthetics rewards. I'll break even in just 177 short weeks, not including gas to close contracts. So this gentleman had a bad experience, but he was doing it slightly wrong. He was corrected by the community down below, but can be very technical. Just be aware. That is the video. My name's Austin. Appreciate you guys. Like always, see you tomorrow.